Did you realize that every single year, over 700,000 people in the United States have their gallbladder removed? That is a staggering number. And what is even more frustrating is that many of these people wake up from surgery, go home, and find that their digestive problems haven't actually gone away. If you are over 60 and you've noticed that your digestion just isn't what it used to be, maybe you feel a heavy, uncomfortable bloating after meals. Maybe you have a strange, nagging ache in your right shoulder that just won't go away. Or perhaps your bowel movements have become completely unpredictable. I want you to know something very important right now. Your body is not simply breaking down because of your age. When you bring these symptoms up at a standard 15-minute doctor's visit, it's very easy for them to just smile and say, "Well, you're getting older, your system is just slowing down." But that is not the whole truth. Today, we're going to look at the exact mechanical reasons your digestion is struggling. We're going to talk about an organ that traditional medicine often treats like a useless appendix you can just throw in the trash, your gallbladder. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why your body is reacting this way, and more importantly, how you can fix the root cause without invasive procedures. To understand what is happening inside your body right now, we have to travel back in time a little bit. Think back to the 1980s and 1990s. Do you remember the massive shift in how we were told to eat? The medical community and the government pushed a very strict narrative. Fat is the enemy. We were told to eat dried chicken breasts, plain rice, and fat-free everything. We stripped the healthy fats from our diets and replaced them with refined carbohydrates and sugars. We followed the rules because we wanted to be healthy. But what if I told you that this very advice, the strict low-fat diet you followed for years, is actually one of the single biggest triggers for gallbladder disease today? It sounds backward, doesn't it? Let me explain the biology of why this happens, and I promise it will make perfect sense. Think of your digestive system as highly advanced, intelligent plumbing. Your liver is the manufacturing plant. Every single day, your liver produces a vital fluid called bile. Think of bile as the heavy-duty detergent of your internal system. Just like you need dish soap to cut through the grease on a dirty frying pan, your body needs bile to break down the fats you eat and to extract crucial fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and K. Your liver makes this bile layer and it trickles down tiny tubes into your gallbladder. Now, here is where the medical community often gets it wrong. The gallbladder is not just a useless little sac, it is a highly specialized storage tank. Its only job is to hold that bile, pull the water out of it, and super concentrate it. It makes that detergent incredibly strong. So, how does the gallbladder know exactly when to squeeze and release this powerful detergent into your intestines? The mechanical trigger is fat, dietary fat. When you eat a meal containing healthy fats, your body sends a hormonal signal that opens the valve, and the gallbladder pumps out exactly what you need to digest your food. But what happens when you follow a low-fat diet for years? What happens when you eat a meal of just plain toast and jam, or a fat-free yogurt? There is no fat, therefore there is no trigger, and if there is no trigger, the gallbladder does not squeeze. The bile just sits in that little sac. Day after day, week after week, it sits there, it concentrates, it gets thicker and thicker, until it turns into thick, stagnant sludge. Sludge means backup, and eventually, over the years, that sluggish backup crystallizes into gallstones. When doctors find a gallstone, they test it and see it is made of cholesterol. So they immediately blame dietary cholesterol. They tell you to stop eating eggs and red meat. But they are missing the basic chemistry. A gallstone forms because there is an imbalance. It is cholesterol combined with a severe deficiency of bile salts. You don't necessarily have too much cholesterol. You don't have enough bile to keep it dissolved in liquid form. So if fat isn't the villain, What is? The real villains causing your gallbladder to fail are sugars, refined starches, and the high insulin levels they create. When you eat a diet high in breads, pastas, hidden sugars, and low-fat snacks, your insulin spikes. High insulin completely paralyzes normal gallbladder function. It stops the production of bile and prevents the tank from emptying. Combine a high carbohydrate diet, the hormonal changes we all go through as we age, and a lifelong fear of healthy fats, and you have accidentally built a gallstone factory right inside your abdomen. So, what does this actually feel like before it becomes an emergency? People miss the hidden warning signs because no one explains the anatomy to them. If you have toxic sludge backing up, the physical pressure inside your liver and gallbladder builds immensely. It actually swells up. When it swells, it pushes right up against your diaphragm, touching something called the phrenic nerve. This nerve travels all the way up your chest, through your neck, and right into your right shoulder. If you constantly have a weird, nagging, deep pain in your right shoulder, or a tight, uncomfortable pressure right under your right rib cage after you eat, that is not a muscle strain. That is your internal plumbing begging for help. You might also notice your bathroom habits have completely changed. Here is a simple biological rule. Too much bile flowing freely causes urgency and diarrhea. Not enough bile causes chronic, stubborn constipation. If your pipes are literally dry, things simply cannot move. The wonderful news is that your body is a brilliant self-correcting machine. If you give it the right raw materials, it knows exactly how to heal. You do not have to just sit around waiting for a surgeon to cut out your organs. Let's talk about how to fix the mechanics naturally. First, we have to thin out the sludge. To do this, you need bile salts. Specifically, look for a supplement called TUDCA. TUDCA is a highly specialized, water-soluble bile salt. Taking this is like pouring a gentle biological liquid plumber down a clogged drain. It thins out the toxic sludge, forces open the liver ducts, and helps your system flow freely again. Second, your body critically needs a nutrient called choline. Choline acts as a powerful solvent. It keeps cholesterol completely dissolved in the liquid bile, so it physically cannot crystallize into a stone. And do you know where you get the best natural choline? You get it by eating the exact nutrient-dense foods you were told to fear: egg yolks and beef liver. Please stop throwing away the yolk. It is designed by nature to protect your liver and keep your gallbladder functioning. Third, we have to relax the plumbing. If the tubes are cramped up and spasming, nothing gets through. Magnesium powerfully relaxes the smooth muscle of the valve located at the bottom of the bile duct. If you take a high-quality magnesium right after you eat, not before, but after, it helps that tight valve naturally open up and release the pent-up pressure. Finally, vitamin C. It sounds too simple, but vitamin C actively converts circulating cholesterol into usable bile acids. If you are deficient in vitamin C, your cholesterol just builds up and turns into stones. You have to stop fearing healthy fats and start limiting the real enemies: refined sugar, heavy starches, and constant insulin spikes. When you drop your carbohydrates and confidently introduce healthy fats back into your daily meals, you are finally giving your gallbladder the exact mechanical signal it needs to empty itself. You are flushing the tank. Your golden years should be spent enjoying your life, your family, and your food, not suffering in silence with a tight, painful stomach. If you are dealing with that intense, nagging tightness right under your right rib cage today, I don't want you to just suffer through it. I created a specific video showing an amazing non-surgical massage technique you can do right at home, in your own chair, to release this exact pressure. Click the video on your screen right now to learn the technique. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care of your body, and I will see you in the next video.